Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd, as well as my friends at yarnspirations.com. We have a plastic bag dispenser here. Has a hole in the base so you can pull your bags out through the base, or you can do the top, and it has a loop so you can either loop it around something. You know, it's one of those things today is that we're going to wiggle our stick just because we can, and this is going to go into my room where the cat litter is because I have to change the bags for the litter box. And so you'll use a 4.5mm size G6, and this is using Caron Cotton Cakes, and I just let the yarn change color on its own. So it's a great way to stash your bust. Bust your stash. It's a great way to use up yarn. So I'm just going to use some Red Heart Heatwave yarn today just as a demonstration. This is a really fun project. I actually quite enjoyed it. I'm not sure why, but it was one of those ones I really didn't have to think about it. So I'm going to get yourself started. You can do the height, and then I'll show you how to do the top here, and including that little handle right there. So let's do this now. So let's begin by creating a slip knot, and we need to chain a total of 30. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 28, 29, and 30. So once you have your 30 done, you're just going to attach it to the beginning to form the center hole. The bag will fall out at the bottom, and because bags are fluffy and stuff, they won't fall out. Generally speaking, if they fall out, don't leave me a comment. They don't for me, so and they shouldn't for you. So here's your hole, and now we're going to go in the first round. We're not going to join anything with this. This is a continuous round, and you'll be noticing that. Let's begin the next part. I think I'm high on caffeine at this point, so put the straggler with the ring and just simply go inside the ring, and I need you to single crochet 42 times around the ring. So just keep on moving around, so you don't have to go into the stitches, just go around the ring. Bring around the posy. So do 42 single crochets all the way around, and I'll be right back. So I just double counted. I do have 42. I don't want to join it here. And I stopped going over the straggler about 2 inches after, so you just can pull that a little tighter, and then you can just safely cut that out. So make sure that this is not twisted in any weird way. So follow the top and make sure the top is on the other side when you get there. So just kind of unspin it if you have to. And we're going to start here. So we have a little bit of a gapping space here. So you can just slide things because it's just on the ring itself. It's not there, and it will balance itself out. So we're going to start our next round, and we're going to start in the very first stitch. And so the very first 3 stitches will be a single crochet in there. So we have 1, 2, and 3. The next 3 stitches will be a half double crochet. So 1, 2, 3. And then the remaining stitches going all the way around, make sure it's not twisted in any weird way too, is just going to be a double crochet. So do that all the way around until you get back to near the beginning, and I'll be right back in a moment. So we're just gonna go all the way around, and you notice that it's not twisted in any weird way. It's not like your host, weird. So I'm just going to keep double crocheting until I run into the first one again. Okay, so the first one is next. So now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to establish the granny square concept. Let's do that next. So we have to use the first stitch in the first round in order to hold the 3 double crochets. So we're just going to put 3 into the next stitch. Just easier if you do that. Now we're going to come down here, and we have the first stitch being used, so 1, 2, and 3. And so right here where my fat thumb is, right in between, you're going to put in 3 more double crochet. So it's in between the stitches, it's not on the stitches. So we have 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to skip the next 3, and you're going to go in between and put in 3 double crochets between the posts. So those stitches are called posts. So we're going to do that same thing all the way around now to establish the granny square look. So you see the 3 come into the space. So it's going to take a few revolutions for this to grow to its real size. So you come in between, so skip 3, go in the between, and 3 double crochets. So please do this around. I'll be right back. So I'm coming all the way around, and I'm just going to put in my 3 double crochets between the posts. So now that you've done that, see this here? So you're going to jump this. So see the 3 here? You're just going to go in between the spaces now. Okay, so you do see that there's 4 here. That's just fine. Honestly, if somebody's going to count your stitches, you got to tell them to lay off the Listerine. Okay, so you got to go in between the spaces now. So now it's just a continuous revolution until the cows come home, until you're ready for the top. So you just keep going round and round, doing 3 double crochets in between the spaces of the groups below. And then you can stop when you feel like it. So in my case, I stopped when it was 9.5 inches tall from the very bottom of the opening of the ring here to the top. Okay, so I'll see you at the end of this round, and then we'll recap, and then I'll show you how to finish it. So I'm just going around and around and around, and I would keep an eye on the base. You see kind of looks a little abnormal here. That's the beginning, but if you don't see that, just mark it with a stitch marker, and then you'll see that. So you can keep going around and around and around, and at the 9.5 inches or however long you want to make it, you can stop, and then we're going to continue from that point. So I'm going to do one more revolution, and then I'll show you how to do the top sections next. So let's pretend that I've gone all the way to the top. So I'm just going to say this is my 9.5 inches. You can see that it grew out a little bit more than the ring, which is what it's supposed to do. And once you start ramming it with bags too, it'll grow out as well. So you can follow it straight on down. And so now every stitch in the top section here is going to get a single crochet. So I need you to do that. Do not worry about any spaces. Just stay within the tops of the double crochet and do that all the way around, and I'll be right back in a moment. So I'm coming all the way around. It's going to be very obvious when you come around what this is. So we're still going to work in a continuous revolution right into the very end of this project. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we've come all the way around. You can see the single crochet is next. So the next round we're going to chain 20. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. If you want more of a handle, it doesn't stretch too much. So if you want more of a handle to go right over a regular doorknob, you may want to chain 30 instead. You can decide. Starting in the same stitch where this is coming out of, just to hold it better, you're going to just single crochet then all the way around until you get back to the loop. So please do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, coming back around. And so I'm gonna get here and I'm gonna go into the base. And now you're gonna go around again with single crochet, but you're gonna go up over top of this. So if whatever number you did, in my case it was 20. So I would actually use the stitch work itself. So don't go into a space like you did on the bottom. It'll be stronger if you use the actual chain work. So I know that I have 20 here, so I'm gonna count 1, 2, and 3, and I'm going to keep going over top of the handle here. So please do that. So I just got 20 in, and then I'm going to go to the base here and then just continue to single crochet around. And I'll be right back in a moment. I'm coming around again, and I'm just going to go one more time. So just go and follow the handle right up. If you want to make it even thicker, you can keep going around as many times as you want. And I'm just going into every stitch that was in the handle. And then once you get on the other side here, just continue to follow it around, and then we're going to stop right here when we get back around. So please do that. I'll see you in a moment. So when you get back around, you'll see that the handle's coming up next. So just finish off. Okay, so just slip stitch the final 2. And then you were just going to just trim your yarn and just pull it up. If you want to go over top of the handle one more time, you can. You can do that as many times as you want to. You can finish on the other side of the handle and make this even more stronger if you want to. I don't think it's necessary, but you can decide what works for you. So putting this through there, turn it to the inside of the caddy or the dispenser and just weave it back and forth a total of 3 times. So any loose ends that you would have had, make sure you do that. and then you get that out of the way. I think this is a kind of a good little craft fair idea. It's fast and cheap, and therefore you would have like a full-size caddy if you were to do it in real life, just like there. So that's a neat idea, and we hope you have a good one. We'll see you again real soon.